Do not give your peace away. A while ago, someone showed me a video that had upset many people and caused quite the commotion on Facebook. In that video, people were roasting an animal next to a wall on which the sacred symbol Om had been painted. For some reason, it became a moment of great anger. It became proof of disrespect. It became a call to outrage, arguments, accusations, and a need to show who was the greatest defender of Hinduism. It even became a call to Pandits for them to somehow step in, denounce these people, and defend Hinduism. But I want to ask you a simple question. Are we looking for something to be upset about? Because if that is what we are looking for, the world will always provide it. And if you were looking for something to be upset about, then you have found it and you became upset. But the reality is that there will always be someone saying something careless. There will always be someone doing something offensive. There will always be ignorance. There will always be disrespect. And I refuse to be drawn into an argument that saps the peace from minds. There is that old saying, never wrestle with a pig in the mud. You both get dirty, and the pig might like it, will like it. Now, back to the issue. Placing something sacred like Om near an act such as this one can certainly show one of two things. Either the people involved were not Hindus and did not understand the meaning of Om, or they had no respect for what it represents. But that is all it shows. It does not have to become a storm in our minds that consumes our own sanity. It does not have to steal our peace. And it does not have to become an excuse for exhibiting hatred. The uncomfortable truth is that many of us have sacred pictures, murtis, prayers, and symbols of Om in our own homes. I know many people who have a small altar where they offer incense, they light a diya, and they bow their heads in prayer daily. Yet in another part of that same home, sometimes in another room, those same people will drink alcohol, eat meat, speak harshly, argue, gossip, or live in ways that do not reflect the ideals represented by that same altar. So tell me, what is the real difference? Is something wrong only when we see it in public? Is it only offensive when someone else does it? Or should we first look honestly at how closely our own lives reflect the values we say we honor so much? That is not meant to condemn anyone. It is meant to remind us that spirituality begins with sincerity, not with outrage and arguments built on our higher moral judgments. We do not need to become angry guardians of God. God does not need us to fight for Him. God does not need us to shout for Him. God does not need us to insult others in His name. The Supreme Being who created the sun, the moon, the oceans, the mountains, and every soul does not become weak because someone desecrates a religious symbol or acts without understanding. What is sacred remains sacred. Om is not diminished because someone fails to respect it. Truth is not weakened because someone ignores it. Dharma does not collapse because someone behaves without dharma. The question is not what did they do? The deeper question is what will I do with what I saw? Will I allow it to create anger in me? Will I use it as an excuse to feel superior and to show how much I know? Will I join the crowd that turns every careless, inconsiderate act into a battle of egos? Or will I recognize that people act according to their level of understanding, their upbringing, their awareness, and their state of mind? A person who has not understood reverence cannot show reverence. A person who has not learned compassion cannot be compassionate. And a person who lives in ignorance will only act from ignorance. Our responsibility is not to become bitter because of them. Our responsibility is to live in such a way that through our own conduct, people may come to understand what Om truly means. Om is not anger. Om is not hatred. Om is not ego. Om is not the need to prove that we are more religious than someone else. Om is the sound of unity. It is the reminder that all life comes from one source. It is the call to rise above small-mindedness and live with a larger heart. Om is the path to understanding and living by what I always call the oneness principle. So let us not allow every image, every rumor, every careless act, and every internet frenzy to pull us away from our own peace. There are people who will always try to make a great noise out of small things because noise gives the ego something to feed upon. They wish to appear as defenders, as warriors, and as protectors of religion and God, as if our God is so weak that he needs us to defend him. But the greatest protection of religion is not noise. It is character. It is humility. It is compassion. It is self-control. It is living the values that our scriptures teach every minute of every day of our lives. Let others live at the level of thinking at which they exist. At the moment, that is what they are capable of doing. No more and no less. But for the rest of us, let us rise. Let us choose wisdom over outrage. Let us choose dignity over reaction. Let us choose inner peace over public frenzy. Because peace of mind is too precious to hand over to every careless person, every troubling image, and every passing moment of ignorance. And when we truly understand the meaning of Om, we will not need to defend God. We will simply live in a way that reflects Him. And when life faces you with a choice to be angry or to be at peace, I pray that you always choose peace.